Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Here we have to specify the start date, department ID, then the name in English default value. This is not required. We can, because this is the translation. That globe icon, which you had seen then after the description, is also not required. Status, we can see the status, whatever. What is the status? If it is active for A, inactive for I, and then we have the cost center ID also, which we need to update here. For that, what I will do? I have another sheet. Let me open that sheet also. Can you see here the record which has already been filled up earlier? What I will do, I will just copy it and just rename that value. That's how we can see. Here always the start date will be MMDDY 1900. That is the start date which we are keeping. And this is something which I will remove it. Cool. And then can you tell me any department, anybody can help me out. HR, we have done admin. We are just writing and any other department. And just scroll down. Here it is for admin. This one says active add. If you want to add the cost center also, we can able to add it. Otherwise, we don't have to do anything. We can able to save it. This I'm minimizing it. And I will again go back into the system. Select Imp. General Object Department. Filing coding. We should take a duty of it. Pause time. Here also we have a full part and we have an increment. Also, we have a full part and we have an increment. As we don't have any data in the system, we can go ahead for the full part. We can go ahead with the full part. And last, we are not to choose. We need to choose the file. Choosing the file, scroll down. This is the file, right? Department. Open it and you may need to validate it. Here also you have two options. Validate import, right click on validate it. You can see import request has been submitted. What do you need to do? Duplicate the screen. And go to monitor job. And can you see here the department MDF import validation has been submitted. Can you see here? Here in the report we can able to see total how many has been processed and how many has been passed and failed. Can you see here? If you again. Is it visible? Screen is visible. This validation, it will show. And when you click on the download status, you can download the log here. You got this. Can you see here the screen? It should come like this. Once it is showing that the validation is correct, then again come back to the screen here. Export. And already the file is being chosen. We need to be able to import. Again, we can see here. This is validation. Again, we refresh it. The import also will be showing it. Can you see here? Second one. Previous one was this one validation, right? You can see this is validate. This is import. Can you see that? And then when you scroll down here, you can able to go and click and then download the import here. You can see the import was successfully completed. Can you see here? In other way, we see if you are getting some error. Suppose you have done some 10 cases and for 2 cases has been failed. The reason also will be specifying why the 2 cases have been failed. And it will help us to rectify that particular file. Then after checking this, we will again go back here into manage data and we can go to department. And the scope. This one, right? The admin was there. I think the admin was there. One was admin, one was sales. I think this one first one. Here also, the date also will be reflecting. Can you see the date also? It is showing here. Similarly for the sales also. Well, here also it is showing. Two departments we created with the help of import and export data. That is one method, and one department we created with the help of manage data. All the three records. All the three records for the department. It is showing in the manage data and the department. Got it? One method is this, and another method is import and export. Similarly, you can go and create it. You start with the legal entity, then business unit, then division, then department, then location, cost center. These are the important things which we need to go and create. And after that, you need to go and create the job classification also. We need to go and create a job class. Let me create a job classification, and after that, let me create a position. That is another topic. And then we go and do the hiring. I was discussing that. We have completed the foundation and MDF object creation with both the methods. Any questions from your end? After creating the structure, we also need to create the job classification. I already created a job classification. You can see. After this, we need to go and create a position. What I can do, I can take this job. And while going and creating a position, I can go and click on the position. Now you can see the position, how to create a position. For that, I need to take the start date. If customer is coming up with a particular start date, we can go and take that date. Otherwise, we can go with the standard date. Job code, just paste it here. You can see it is already showing. We need to select the position. I can select Senior Engineer C&I. And copying this and pasting it here for the job. Now you can see in the position while creating the position. While creating the position, you can see all the structures are mapped with the position. Can you see here? That is the reason we need to create the structure, first the record. That is the reason I completed that foundation and MDF. Now, once you create a structure, you need to create a position. I have created a company here. I will be taking that particular company business unit. I will be taking that business unit division. Why I am taking it? Because I have already created it. Similarly, you need to also create the same. Then location. I will create this. For sector, pay grid also. Let me select the pay grid. Otherwise, Doing the hiring, it will ask you the mandatory fee. FT, I will be taking the fee 1. Scroll down. Employee class active. The regular temporary, the regular. Standard weekly hours. Let's take 40 hours. To be hired as yes. And everything we have already taken. Even for the mandatory fees also and for the not mandatory fees. We have already taken all the details on 1900 and then click on save. You can see the position is created. Good. After creating the position, what we need to do? Keep this in mind. This is a position. For hiring, what are the methods we are seeing for creating the user? This manage data. No. Creating the user managed data. It is for MDF. Creating introduction to Master SE in a UDF. One method is there and I told you the full methods are there. The full methods are coming under which section for HR data? When we started with Employee Center, like all you know, Employee Center is divided into two parts. What is HR data and one is Foundation. Right? We started with the Foundation and we have seen for creating the Records Foundation and NDF. We completed. Now we are going into HR data. For creating the HR data, there are 4 methods. 2 methods we have seen, UDF and provisioning. From the provisioning, third method is there that is called as a add new employee. Add new employee. Add new employee functionality. When you're going into the add new employee functionality, some changes we need to do. Why we need to do the changes? I will tell you when we are taking a hiring date. Let's take the hiring date something as 2020. And let's take that. I'm taking that company. What is the company? Parmac. Now event is when I'm selecting the event, it is showing no data. Our Mac is the company means it is a legal entity, right? When we created the legal entity, when I go here, legal entity, and when I go to the PowerNet, I'm showing you because this thing you should also know. When I create the legal entity, you can see the country is there. Every country will be connected with some event result when I go here into country region. Going to make direction. And here we can select as new hire. This one. And we just save it. The country region. We have mapped with the event result as new hire. Now after that, when you go here, can you see it is showing? Now if you are going with any country like US or any particular country for the hiring, you have to go to the country, region and map that event. After going, because it is a mandatory field, event result. Then we need to take a standard template and click on continue. In add new employee functionality, we have 4 sections. Can you see here? UDF, you are only giving in the basic information. We were able to create a record, but other sections are blank. Right? Here we will be going and filling all the sections one-to-one basis. Tell me you are having some doubts. In the end, regarding the event reason, if you are selecting the reason as new hire, does it mean that we can use this country for only hiring? I mean, if we now you have this position, you added and we are hiring. But you don't like, and if you turn, it happened. No, I didn't get you. You have created a position. You are telling that we have created a position and after that for the hiring. Now, when we are going for the hiring with a tool, this add new employee functionality. It is a tool which is connected with the employee center. If Employee Central is not implemented in your company, we will be using UDF for migrating the data. But if Employee Central is implemented, then we can use add new employee functionality. Now coming into the add new employee functionality, we can see event reason is a mandatory field. When we are going with the add new, you can see a pop-up window was showing. Well, you have a hire date company event reason and the template. When we are selecting a company, that is the reason I went into manage data and show you that particular company is connected with a particular country. Right. Yes, for that country. If the event reason is not mapped, then while selecting event reason, it will show us no data. For all countries, we need to go and select. If it is for the multiple countries, every country, we need to map it. My question is, we are actually well, if we have to create a new employee, we need an event reason. If you want an event reason, you go to the country and reason and you select the reason. Now here, you've selected new hire. My question is, what now? Only now because you're hiring new hire, you have taken event reason as a new hire. We are hiring a new person. Finally, what you are doing? Finally, we are performing an action right. This is also a topic event and event reason. That is in the later part of the sessions. Whenever you are performing some action, that action in SuccessFactor, it is known as event. And every event, there will be some reason behind it. That is the reason that event is offering. You are hiring somebody. What is the reason? It is a new hire, it is a contractual hire. That is also defined it in the at a place. Event reason. When we discussed about manage of job pay structure, we have also told, I also told that dynamic role, workflow and event reason, they are foundation objects. When I go into manage of job pay structure, and when I go here where we have already discussed about if you remember, we have already discussed about location. Location we have already discussed, right? Here, when you scroll down, you have an event reason also, right? When I select the event reason here as a new hire, you can see the same. It will be coming here because it has been configured in manage of job pay structure. When this record is being configured in manage of job pay structure, then only we can able to, while hiring, we can able to select that particular option. Well, my question is, we are marking this in country and region. How weird the country is in India. I mean, the reason is new hire. If you're picking this country and you can only do new hire, you cannot do because the reason is new hire. We can add multiple event reasons. We added it. We can also add multiple event reasons. I think I understand. Got. Here, this is the basic thing which we have selected. Now going into the salutation first name, middle name, last name. Here, these are the sections name, information, biographic information sections. In the coming sessions, I will explain to you how these fields are defined. That is related to the employee related field. We have only seen how the records are created for the foundation and MDF. After creating the foundation and MDF, we went into the manage data and we created a position. After creating a position, in the position we try to map up all the organization structure for creating a position. Once the position is created, we are going for hiring a person. Salutation, I'm taking something. And then we are going with, let me take. And control region, I'm taking. This is a mandatory field. We can ignore this. And patch ID, although it is a mandatory field. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.